I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Astor Helix. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Like you said, I am Astor Helix. I am a debut VTuber on the Irium platform, which is a portrait VTuber streaming platform on mobile devices.
Yes. We've been lucky enough to talk with a lot of folks on this platform, and we actually talked to a lot of folks who joined after we interviewed them. So we were leading the way a little bit as far as that goes. What made you choose to try this type of content creation, and why Irium?
So what's funny is my introduction to VTubers has been a very short, but also at the same time, long process. For instance, I got introduced to Irium back in January. I saw an ad for it somewhere, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let me look at the app. Let me see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I downloaded it and I hopped into a stream, and it was fun. And I tried it out for a few days.
Yeah.
And I decided, all right, this is cool, So I stuck around, and then a few months in, I decided, you know what? I want to try this for myself. I want to try streaming. So I applied for the early access streaming position.
Right.
And they got back to me. I got approved. And from there, it was just a matter of getting everything ready to actually start streaming.
Huh. Were you comfortable with it right away, or did it take a little while for you to settle in the chair?
I'm still kind of settling in the chair, considering I only debuted about 3 weeks ago, but it was a long process of getting Astor made, because I actually was closer to debut like a few months ago, but then I had to get a new artist. And so that delayed everything a bit.
Yeah. And people don't really realize what goes on behind the scenes of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I got approved in July.
Yeah. And
I'm just now debuting in November.
One of these days, I'm going to do a series of everything that goes on behind the scenes of how VTuber models are made, and how you can't just go home and just go and do it. It's not the toughest thing in the world, but it's not something you can do immediately either.
It is a long process for sure.
Yeah. In Irium, of course, is growing by the second. More and more people getting in there. I thought for a second I was gonna do like Pokemon and catch them all, but you guys keep multiplying.
Oh yeah, once the early access was opened up, the floodgates were open, and yeah, it's been growing crazy.
Yeah. So I've really enjoyed getting in and saying hello to everybody, and the immediacy of it is still insane to me, because even in the radio days, when we were doing remote broadcasts of any length, there was always a delay. Sometimes as much as 12 seconds on like satellites when we were bouncing things around the world. And now the delay is here because the latency is 0, basically. And
yeah, it is some black magic. However, Irium has managed to do it for there to be basically 0 delay when it comes to Irium streams.
Black magic. We'll just refer to that as the technology. You might as well.
Because
Go ahead.
Even I am confused by it, because I've worked in networking and IT, and even I'm like, how did they manage to do this with 0 delay, 0 latency,
and over the phone?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's just you don't have the to be able to stream on Irium. You don't need the super gamer computer and blue screen background and all,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's just all from your phone.
yeah, and that is so handy that I'm sure that people are still just floored by that sort of thing.
And
And
I think that's gonna be the biggest determiner for how Ethereum grows even more,
hmm
especially because they're supposed to be opening it up to Canada sometime next year.
oh yeah, yeah, the
So
Canadians are going to get some too. Yeah,
yeah,
and
I was talking in stream one night about this, and I said if somebody doesn't do the Canadian bit for their PNG tuber from Canada or from South Park, I'm
yes,
like, it's going to be a missed opportunity.
I well, what they'll probably have is that or Bob and Doug McKenzie or Dudley Do Right, I- or a hockey player. It's going to be something along those lines, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, something super stereotypical.
Yeah, absolutely, or a Tim Hortons donut or something along those lines. I wonder if they're going to make that accessible to the U.S. folks too, since it's right here.
What do you mean?
Well, of course, Ethereum US is a U.S. platform. I mean, you're not getting folks from like overseas directly all the time. Will the U.S. folks be able to interact with the Canadian folks, or the other way around?
I would assume they probably would. I would assume they're probably going to change it from just Ethereum US to like Ethereum like North America
Mm,
type thing.
yeah.
But I mean, I could very much be wrong, but
Well,
that's what I would assume would happen.
I would think that sooner or later it'll happen, and I think that it's just that's more of a question of a adapting technology thing than anything else, and
Right.
still being able to try and keep because I would guess not being an IT for person myself, but just being a radio guy who used to plug in a lot of wires and still does every once in a while that the part of the great part of the latency is the fact that you're not going around the world with it.
Yeah, yeah. But I even still just going from, so like, for instance, I'm in Central Time, but
hmm
even going to the coasts,
Right.
if for other streamers, that delay typically, even just gaming, you've got some sort of delay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's just physics. Physics works that way, and we used to have a terrible conundrum sometimes because on radio we would have a broadcast of say a university basketball game, and we'd have the live feed. Well, audio itself travels faster than video, so we would have, and if you're doing both, it's hit even slower. So our local people, if they tried to match the audio with what they saw on the television, it didn't work because there was sometimes up to a 12, 15-second delay, um, in which they would get mad and yell at us. I'm like, we're not the slow ones.
Yeah, yeah. Like we can't break the laws of physics here.
Yeah, and it would be different because some people would get it over satellite, some people get it over cable, and that's two different speeds. It's like your internet
Right.
speed. You try to get your internet over the satellite, and then you get mad because you got your internet over the satellite. Uh, doesn't work quite as well as you might have thought. But the all of that, it seems to be, again, the black magic or hoodoo or whatever they're using to do that makes a big difference. And so were you in thought had any thoughts about VTubing at all before seeing this?
Before Ethereum,
Yeah.
no,
Ah, yeah.
none whatsoever.
Yeah, you weren't.
My introduction to VTubing was Ethereum.
So you weren't like following a whole bunch of different creators online and
No, or at least not in the VTubing space. No.
yeah, just but in the regular in the YouTube space maybe.
Yeah, just kind of in the air quotes normie spaces.
I'm glad you didn't say flesh tuber.
Dude, that word is so weird. I don't know why people say it like that.
It
It's
makes my
so weird. Like it gives me a weird crawl up my spine.
yeah, it even makes the gums in my mouth crawl when I hear that.
Yeah.
I don't,
I, I have seen that term thrown around, and I'm like, just, ugh, why do you got to put it like that?
And these are people who won't go near a horror game. I'll tell you that. They'll throw that one out there. Like,
Right? And that's crazy. Like, I love horror games. Like, I'll play through that. But I don't know. The way people, like, go about saying that, I'm just like, can't you just say a normal, like, YouTuber or something?
yeah, flesh tuber. No, thank you. Please stop. Um, so now that you've gotten a little taste of it, and you've done it with this format, have you started to get a little bit of a thought of trying other formats, or is this the one for you?
It is something I'm wanting to expand on in the future, yes. I mean, right now, Irium is definitely my home, but I have a lot of big plans for Astor, and I love the whole creation process for Astor outside of the delays, outside of having to swap artists.
Mm-hmm.
It has been so much fun. And I don't want Astor to just kind of stay in one spot and then eventually just fade. I have a lot of big ideas for him, and that will include kind of expanding to other platforms, things like that for different types of content.
Feature films?
I don't know about feature films, but
Hey, we might as well. Why are you?
unless
Hey, who knows?
unless they start making a VTuber like feature film, and then if they decide to bring me on, I mean, I don't think they would, but
Well, I don't put anything past the innovation that's just happened here recently. Yeah, so many of the things you see now are being developed by either individuals or smaller companies, and then adapted into it. I could see somebody putting something like that together, and you do see a lot of folks doing things like radio type plays or those sort of things. And with that,
oh yeah, like the audio
yeah,
dramas.
the audio dramas, yeah.
I've
Uh,
done a couple of those myself, actually.
well, I mean, I was going to ask you with that voice, you have to. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, no. I The thing is, leading up into Astor's reveal, uh, I did the voice reveal for Astor,
yeah.
and then I did basically little lore snippets that were just voices up until a certain point where I did do a full blown audio drama for
Yeah,
Astor's lore.
yeah.
I did have to bring my one of my fellow voice actors back for her role
Mm-hmm.
just because she did such a good job the first time. I was like, you got to come back for this.
It's so. So did this has this caused a bit of a rift for you as you are coming from kind of an IT background, and now here's all the personality stuff that you're not supposed to be a part of.
Um, Making Asper is it's giving me the ability to be a little bit more crazy, be a little bit more out there
Yeah,
than I get to do.
yeah.
Uh, I designed him a certain way, I designed his personality a certain way, and that's just it kind of gives me that ability to step out of my own comfort zone, step out of the way I normally do things.
Right, right. Yeah, and I've heard it said before and described as being able to be more you than you.
I think I've actually heard that as well.
Yeah, and this is something, and people are getting this opportunity where they get to show that side of them they don't normally get to see, that they don't normally get to show other people, whether it's by choice, maybe they're just not social people, or maybe they're just in a situation where they don't get to sing a lot in front of people or that sort of thing, or do artwork in front of folks. Um,
Right. Yeah.
and so is this kind of your way of adapting it?
I would say so because like sure, at work I can be a little bit goofy. I can be a little bit crazy, but
Yeah.
nothing to the point of Astor where I can kind of let loose a little bit more. Now Astor in his lore is definitely more of a menace to society.
That
Um, I mean, now that teenage me, I was a menace to society, but that was a whole different ballgame back then.
was a whole movie.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, that was whole over a decade ago at this point. So
But it's here you get that chance to to present yourself the way you want to be presented. You by
exactly,
that lore you were talking about, this story and the audio into it. You get to set the terms of how people perceive you.
yes.
Um,
When I got accepted, I spent the next 4 days writing lore and coming up with the design for Astor. I have a Google document with over 3,500 words
wow.
talking about Astor's lore, and it's also basically like the Astor Bible of what Astor would do, wouldn't do, say what he would say, what he wouldn't say, how he'd act. So, I mean, I've got a whole Google document talking about everything Astor and his lore, his history, his background, everything.
Was this just waiting to come out?
I think because here's the thing, I've done writing processes in the past.
Right.
I did start a book at one point, but it kind of got put on the back burner.
Uh huh.
But I think as I was putting Astor together, it just something clicked.
Mm.
And so when I got accepted, I just started going crazy with all of this. And that was back in July. Now here we are in November. There's so much lore on my Twitter account because I had really only planned for about a month and a half long wait until debut. But then we got to nearly 2.5, 3 months, and I was like, I need a new artist because this just isn't working.
Yeah. Is it so but basically is they picked up the 2-part movie, but you ended up having to write a miniseries.
Um, yeah, it was something like that. I had to eventually write. Um, I wrote a romance subplot for Astor, which because I had one of my fellow voice actors voice over a certain piece of lore that I dropped. Then I wrote a romance subplot between Astor and this character because that was part of the lore,
Right.
and then that led into like the really big audio drama that I did
Yeah.
with that fellow voice actor.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I can go ahead and shout them out. It's Solarian Knights over on Twitter.
Oh. Okay.
She was the one who brought Kaya to life in all of the adaptations, and I couldn't be happier to have her as the one who did it because she did an amazing job.
It's amazing how much audio voice talent there is out there.
Oh yeah,
That this particular bit of technology has allowed us to find. Um, and it it just and then to see somebody try and do things with AI this way, like why? We're just finding all the talent now.
yeah. This whole really big wave of AI as of late is, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's wild, and unfortunately, it's growing exponentially.
No. Yeah.
There's
It
no
is.
linear growth to this,
And it's
so
going to get it, and you say, well, it sounds terrible now. Yeah, but it's going to get better because that's how technology works. Um, I heard someone had put up a thing on one of the social sites that the a anime dub was done with AI English voices, and boy,
oh yes,
holy
it's
terrible.
an Amazon series that they dubbed
Yeah,
in English with AI, and
it's rotten.
there are so many people. I can guarantee you, you probably could have found people who would have been willing to voice over that for free, just
Oh,
for like the exposure. Which
oh,
typically, yeah,
I
you're not going
know.
to do something for exposure, but I think you could have found people who'd be willing to do it for way less than having to hire like big name voice actors for it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I make this point all the time. Coming from the radio announcer side of things, I watch these YouTube ads with the AI announcers for the crappy products, and they're all crappy. Um, and I'm like, if you can't afford to get an announcer, because we'll work for a cheese sandwich, half a cheese sandwich. That if you can't afford that, then your product must really be awful. Because
Right. Yeah.
and to subject us to mispronounced words and all that stuff, it's just ridiculous. But the problem is it is going to get better because that's how technology works, and
Yeah.
and we should
It's gonna get to a really like it's gonna get to a really big point where I mean, it's already kind of getting that way with a lot of the other generative AI where you just can't tell anymore.
yeah, it's very hard. Some people can do it. I am not a person with an artistic eye, and I have trouble doing it. I mean, some things are pretty obvious. Some things are too perfect, and
Some things that I think for regulation would be there needs to absolutely be a forced watermark on anything generated by AI.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I know Sora, whenever it released, it has that little watermark that moves around from, a little bit here and there.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Something.
that needs to be on everything that is generative AI.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just something that'll make the difference because I mean, there's a difference between using something as a tool and using something as the be all end all. Um, an artist using AI, is one thing, or but or
I was about to say in this community, that's just not.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that's okay because artists are a huge part of the VTubing community in general because
mhm, yeah,
we we rely on them to then bring our ideas to life.
yeah,
So if it wasn't for them, then that whole industry itself is just goes down.
yeah. I mean, if all you're doing is throwing the pieces into the Cuisinart and coming out with whatever it shows, that's not skill. That's a program that did it for you. Um, Now I can see getting an idea from it and going from there. Um, there's ways to research things and as long as there are people still stealing old tests off the internet, that there's ways
Yeah.
around this stuff. But um, the whole idea of replacing the human part of art or work with the AI is a little too much, and I saw it happen.
Yeah.
It's radio was hit first by automation and that sort of thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I mean, I can imagine that for sure.
yeah, and it's just gonna continue on, and again, it's going to get better before it gets worse for everybody else. As in, the AI will get better, so we have to find something to
There
fix.
was an artist that just got caught, like, what, 2 days ago?
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, 2 or 3 days ago, that got caught using AI and then tracing over it and selling that as art, like commission work.
nah.
And they were a big account. I think like 90 something thousand followers,
Oh, it's too bad. But
and
but
they got caught doing that.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, say you're doing it. And say, look, this is I'm drawing over AI art, and if people if if you're upfront with people and people still like it, there are some people who are going to buy it. But don't go up there and say I did all
Yeah,
the whole thing myself, because that's
yeah. I
just
think that was the big issue because there's a big disconnect, and a lot of people, especially in the VTubing and a lot just in art space in general, are very much against AI.
hmm
So if you're just taking AI and then just tracing, drawing over it, things like that, you're just essentially regenerating the AI, but maybe fixing the little blemishes that the AI misses.
yeah, like a third hand or something like that. Um, coming out of their head or something along those lines. Uh, and with the audio part of it, um, it it's going to be scarier and scarier because really the AI stuff started with um, in audio with weather radios.
Right.
Folks who don't remember or aren't as old as I am, uh, your your weather radios used to have live announcers. They were recorded onto something, but they were actually human announcers, and now they're all robots. Um,
And you know, a lot of you know, you call companies, and instead of meeting somebody, you're getting hit with a robot. You got to go through 20 menus
oh
to
yeah,
finally talk to a human.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, and and then you go, it goes from country to country to country, and you don't know where it ends up with, and then you don't know at the end whether you called the right number in the first place. By the time you get
Yeah.
to it's just something we're gonna have to keep an eye on, and I think it's already happening in VTubing. I know it is. Um,
Oh yeah, no, I can already imagine there's probably some VTuber out there who their art is AI or was partially AI.
yeah, yeah, and I hate to say it, but maybe I'm just a conspiracy guy in some ways, but when you hear certain groups of people issuing music that sounds exactly the same voice wise, um, maybe it needs to be thought in that way too. But I don't know, and maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But
I mean, there was an AI metal band that came out not too long ago.
yeah,
Yeah. The person behind it was essentially like, um, I think outside of the lyrics, everything else was essentially AI.
hmm
And apparently, like it was picking up steam until people found out about that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, don't pull the wool over your eyes if you're doing it. If you're proud of it, just say this is what an AI is doing. And if the people still like what it sounds like, then they'll go. But don't say that this was my new band and come up with
What's
something along those
crazy
lines.
is it actually sounded good.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Like you really couldn't tell. And I mean, like even I was like, damn, you know, that's not a bad song.
yeah,
Thought about it,
yeah.
but then like eventually it came out. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's all AI. Like, oh
Like, oh wow, okay, not so good then.
yeah,
But the quality is going to get better, and I know maybe we're fighting a losing battle on it, but you're for right now anyway. You're always going to be able to find the if you look hard enough, you'll find the human parts, the errors that make us human.
oh
That's
yeah,
that.
and especially when it comes to art and things like that, the human touch, the soul of the piece itself.
Mm-hmm.
AI can't recreate that.
No, no. Although I would say this, I'm sure you've had it too. There's been several games where AI would have been better than the voice actors.
Um, I don't know. I mean, if you think back, I know the Ghost Stories dub way back in the day. Obviously, this was before AI was like super mainstream.
Yeah,
But when they were just basically like, as long as you keep the story, you know, kind of the same, go nuts.
yeah, yeah.
If you had just gone with AI in that regard, I don't think it would have turned out as well, even knowing that they were really just coming in there and making jokes the entire time.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But I'm talking about games like, and this is a game that I would play over and over again is like Fallout New Vegas, where it sounds like they hired three people to do the voice work, and they all had one voice. And
Yeah.
like you could have changed it a little bit,
You know, adjust the pitch, adjust the speed,
yeah,
something.
yeah. this guy is playing 75 characters in this game. They're all the same one, which is another reason why I think folks who have voices like yours need to get out there and show them what you got, because it's when you do have that instrument and it has that natural timbre and sound to it, and you don't use it, seems kind of a waste to me. Um,
I mean, I appreciate that. Astor does have a little bit of a difference from my normal speaking voice,
mhm.
which, unfortunately, since I'm not used to doing that, it's a little bit harder to maintain.
Yeah, it
But
is.
it's not too far removed from my normal voice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got that voice that is going to sound the same age 20 years from now as it does now.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I I can pretty much tell. It's just it's got that timbre that's not old or young. It's just a certain age, and you'll be able to do that voice and until you're old and tired like I am, and you don't have
I
to.
don't know. I'm already feeling it at 28.
Don't even get me started, you
I'm
whippersnapper, you.
already feeling.
Here I'm sitting in the cold and every arthritis known to man,
No,
barely able
and
to.
I've had so many surgeries at this point that when it does get cold, my body is aching.
Oh, oh, that's something else, isn't it? Yeah, you get to find little bits of pockets of nice pain you never thought would exist in some places when that
Yeah,
happens.
my shoulder is the worst offender because I had to have it repaired
Mm,
in high school,
yeah.
and so when it starts getting cold, oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Was it dislocated or was it broken?
So I somehow it
Stung?
wasn't broken, but it wasn't like the muscles and tendons. I guess I messed up something with the shoulder, like the ball joint,
Yeah, yeah,
and they ended up having to go through and repair it.
yeah, yeah.
And that was a whole process in and of itself.
Oh, it's a weird process. You don't really think about how they work until they don't work anymore. Like,
Well, my problem was I kept going even after the initial injury.
yeah,
I knew I just messed up my shoulder, but I was like, I can't stop right now.
yeah.
So I just continued, and that essentially made it worse too.
Oh, yeah. And especially when you're at an age where you think you can just run right through it and keep going. And
Oh yeah, no, I was junior year of high school,
yeah, yeah. It's like
so
I'm I'm indestructible.
oh yeah,
No, that pain I feel every morning isn't real. It'll go away.
yeah,
Uh,
no, that was a good time to feel indestructible. But now my body at 28, I feel like is paying for it.
yes, yes, yeah. It's my rotator cuff at age 60 now wishes that I would have done something at age 15. They're like, nope, yeah, nope. You're gonna feel that every day. Thank you. Um,
Well, and after my shoulder surgery, I was in physical therapy for like 8 months
oh yeah, yeah.
because they wanted to make sure I got full rotation back because I played tennis,
Mm.
and that was how I injured my shoulder to begin with.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's a whole different sport in itself. I mean, you
Yeah,
the
because
how
I
the
mean I played tennis through high school, and
yeah,
after that injury, they put me through physical therapy for 8 months to get back to full rotation. But even still, there's very this at the very edges of that I can't quite get to.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, no, like when it gets cold, it hurts.
yeah, yeah. It's it's hard to describe because it'll go from one day to the next a little bit different, but when it does hit, it hits. It really hits. Um, and when you have that type of an injury, you don't ever quite get 100% out of it, but you're going to get as close as possible. And then you try to strengthen everything else around it. Um, and sometimes that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I mean they had me in physical therapy less than 12 hours after my surgery.
Oh wow, wow.
Like I literally had the surgery, went to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Had the surgery. They knocked me out. I woke up and then I went to sleep for the night. I got up. They had me in at 8 a.m.
Oh
and they took me out of my sling and all that.
yeah.
And they're like, okay, we're gonna move it.
Oh
And I'm like, please don't, please do not do that because I am in so much pain right now. They're like, we're gonna move it. And
yeah.
so they grabbed my arm. They had to have a couple other doctors like hold me down.
Oh
They moved my arm and I screamed.
oh man.
All the other people that were there in the physical therapy unit were just like looking over it, and I mean, I screamed hard.
Oh, no wonder you have no problem with horror games.
Well, I mean, I've just played a lot of horror games, but
Well, you lived one
yeah, no,
there.
that was an experience. No, the real horror game that I experienced was back in sixth grade.
Oh,
This one, I still have a multitude of scars from this incident
oh no.
because I had a fight with barbed wire
Ooh,
on Halloween night in the middle of the woods.
oh no.
I was wearing a white t-shirt that by the end of the night was no longer white.
No, it couldn't be.
No.
No, no, no. And oh my
Like
god.
I have a giant scar that goes across my throat, like from my jawbone on my left side
Uh-huh.
all the way across, and then it slowly comes back up on the right side.
Uh-huh.
And then my arms, my chest, my legs, I'm covered in scars from that incident.
Oh wow.
And when I finally got to the hospital and they stitched me up and things like that, the doctor was like, had you been like an inch taller, you probably would have died.
Oh
You would have
yeah.
bled out.
Oh, absolutely. And you didn't like tetanus up or anything from that, did you?
Oh, well, I had to go get my tetanus booster. I had to get my new tetanus shot after that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, no, there wasn't any complications after the fact. It
Good.
was just I had to get stitched up, wrapped up, and essentially just kind of waited out. But yeah,
Well,
I had to get a tetanus shot after that because that was.
well, you got me beat in number. Mine are just long, and I had one that was 53 staples.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think the one across my throat was 31, 32.
Ooh. Now that is something to show at parties.
Oh, dude, when I showed up to school the next day,
Yeah.
wrapped up, everyone was like, what the hell happened to you? And I was like, I got into a knife fight, and you should have seen the other guy.
I won.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm the one because like they wrapped my neck fully. Like I could not move my head.
Yeah.
Um, my arms were wrapped up like a mummy. So, and I had to sleep like propped up,
Yeah.
um, and then have my arms propped up like I'm sitting in a really low seated recliner. I had to sleep like that for a couple weeks because if I was moving around, I was gonna aggravate them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they told me I had to sleep like a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't sleep on them. You'll get you'll get it caught on something. Now, just even imagining that. Just
Yeah, no, that T-shirt was no longer white by the end of the night,
yeah.
and my mom wouldn't let me keep the shirt. I was like, "Why
Oh,
not?"
but it's the coolest shirt I've got now, Ma.
I gave everyone a good Halloween scare.
Yes, you did. you you basically lived the video game in that particular.
Well, and what's crazy too is at first I didn't realize I hit it
Yeah.
until somebody else was like, "Oh God, he hit the barbed wire," and I was stuck on the fence. They had to pull me off of it.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Nightmares, nightmares, nightmares. So like, Dead by Daylight is nothing for you.
I actually have not played Dead by Daylight.
Hey, well, you get hung on the hook a lot. At least I would.
I mean, I've seen clips of it for sure, but and I think now that I'm VTubing and I've made a lot of friends with the Irium platform.
Hmm.
I'm trying to expand like my gaming repertoire, so
Yeah.
I'm typically the guy who wants to sit down with a story based action RPG that's going to give me a good 100 plus hours of gameplay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
I don't typically play multiplayer games anymore,
right.
but now that I'm in, this new community, it's like I want to be able to interact and play with, other people, play these games so that people have a good time.
Yeah. And that's
And
some.
so I've downloaded Dead by Daylight. I've downloaded the Uno. I've downloaded, or I'm going to be getting Phasmophobia
Yeah.
and all that.
All the fun games.
Yeah, try to get all the fun co-op games and
Yeah. Yeah.
just hang out with everyone.
Yeah. It's one thing that I have noticed with the Arium folks is that they're seem to be a team. And support and I drop in a lot, just say hi to people's streams. I think I've done that to yours too. Just stop in and say hello. And
Yeah, you popped in the other night. Yeah.
yeah, and there are other Irium streamers usually on every stream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just
the community is super supportive of each other, and it's honestly one of my favorite communities online at this point.
yeah, yeah. It's
It's just hard to overstate, or it's hard to say that there's any community that I feel like is better when it comes to streaming wise. Like Twitch,
mm,
the community is a whole other beast.
yeah.
YouTube, the community is, well, mostly bots.
Except for the folks who
But when
watch
it comes,
these videos.
yeah, yeah. But outside of like when it comes to streaming communities, I honestly think Irium is probably one of the best, just community wise,
Yeah, yeah,
because everyone is so helpful, everyone is so supportive. When I announced that I was going to be debuting, there was so much support from people that I looked up to on the platform, that I interacted with,
hmm,
and they have been there since, obviously before I announced anything, but when I announced it, they've been there for me. They've been there to answer questions. They've been there to support me
yeah,
through the tough times of getting Astor made, but also through the highs of getting Astor made.
yeah,
And now that we're here, they still sit here and support me, you know.
yeah.
And it's just, this community itself is a wonderful community.
Well, I'm glad that you found this outlet, because it really does seem like it's going to be um, good for you personally as a way to get that creativity focused in a way that you're enjoying yourself and you get to entertain other people at the same time.
Yeah, it's been neat to be able to try and entertain other people with some of the wacky ideas that I have, um, and especially because some of them just pop up out of nowhere, and then sometimes there's like somewhere I'll see something and I'll be like, wait, how could I maybe turn this into something else? And so my brain is constantly like thinking of different things, and then it's like, ooh, I could turn this into something for Aster.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It's activated the slightly malevolent but not totally evil part of your brain.
well, and I'm an artist myself,
Mm,
and so just seeing things out in the world now, with Aster being a thing,
yeah,
there's just so many ideas that I have, especially for art, for things to present Aster in a more visual manner.
yeah,
Since before debut, it was all like just still images of certain lore drops, or just audio of my voice.
right.
I haven't really had the opportunity to do anything with Aster on screen,
Mm.
though that might be changing within the next week or so.
Stay tuned for more.
Yeah,
That's a
because
cliffhanger.
I have something that's going to be coming out for December that I'm going to be making a reveal trailer for,
Ah,
and Astor will definitely be making an appearance on it.
so be ready, folks. Be ready. Watch the Irium. We'll have the link to your social accounts and Irium, and then we'll expect more coming out from you in the future because it sounds like right now it's going to be a boon for you, which is going to be a boon for everybody else. I,
December, I've got a few things coming for December, so
more to come from Master. And I really appreciate you coming on. It's just a great pleasure talking with you, and I'm glad to
yeah, this
hear.
this is fun.
I'm glad to hear you're having fun with it and you're enjoying yourself and maybe even getting more than what you thought you'd get out of it. Uh,
Yeah, because I didn't think that one night of just I see an Irium ad, oh, let's try it out, because a lot of these apps, it's like, I'll try it out for like a couple days and you end up deleting it.
right.
Those apps, you've been there.
Oh yes, yes, I have. I've been
But
there for the first apps for crying out loud. I was there
but
for.
what's crazy was Karina was the first streamer I interacted with on Irium,
Yeah,
and she was kind of the big reason I stuck around for so long. And then I started meeting and interacting with other streamers,
yeah.
and it was just from January up until about June. I was just on the viewer side, but now I get to be on the streamer side as well.
Yep, and they just like reached out and grabbed you, said, "Okay, you're a part of it now. Here you go."
Well, I mean, I applied for it, but I thought I bombed the interview. I really did.
that that make,
But
but that's the thing. I don't think they were looking for cookie cutters. Um,
well, no, it was more. I guess the way my answers were received,
yeah.
to me personally, it sounded like, oh, it didn't sound positive.
Wow.
But when the interview was over, and then 6 hours later, I get the email saying, "Hey, we've decided we want you to stream on the platform." I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
Well, and your followers are thanking too that they get a chance to be a part of what you've been able to bring and enjoying yourself and other people enjoying what you're doing too. That's you can't ask for much more than that. Well, I mean money, but then that's everybody
I was
that
about to say, yeah, that about everybody right now could
yeah
could be helped with that.
anybody who uses their voice for like things like this would like to have money. That's always been the case, unfortunately. Um, Please come back again and let us know more what's going on with you, and we'll keep an eye on you and probably stop in and mess you up a time or two on Irium. Thanks so much for
Oh
coming
yeah, no,
on.
this was fun. We'll definitely have to come back to this here, and once things have changed. No, once I'm not, still within a month of debut. Because I mean, I think today is exactly 3 weeks since I debuted. So, or no, yesterday would have been 3 weeks.
And
So Monday.
we try to catch them early. That way when they
Yeah.
when they get real rich and famous, then they won't forget us. Thanks
Yeah.
again
No.
so much for coming on, Astor. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.